Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Support Breastfeeding for the Healthier Planet Part 1. So, our patients are joining. Yes. Thank you for all for joining this session. There will be never be a day like a day your baby was born. The best day, the purest bond, pain, strain, love, laughter, and happily ever after. So you've been waiting for this for months, and now finally the day has arrived. But not like not like before, like new parents, you might not be clear about the ideas. And this time, guidance is very important, which matters a lot. Wondering how to take care of the baby's skin, their feed, and everything related to newborn. As of course, you have step ahead in the phase of your life to seek proper guidance, which matters a lot. And Akash Healthcare have started this webinar for a week webinar and a breastfeeding week for all our patients to provide them best guidance over their breastfeeding to the newborns and how the new mothers can accept this challenge beautifully and can cherish for lifetime. As having a baby is a life-changing experience. Our patients are joining, so okay. So it's a life-changing experience. Don't be surprised to find you go through a broad range of changing your hormones, your emotions, your expectations, your feelings, and you maybe feel everything from relief to concern to anxiety and to pure joy. And your feelings may change suddenly and unexpectedly. And now moms have just been through quite a physical change, a difficult time. They have gone through this 9 month. Every parents react differently. Sometimes कुछ parents ऐसे होते हैं, they react like full bundle of joy by seeing a glimpse of their newborn after the huge long hours of labor. Few parents are full of excitement because they've been waiting for the 9 months to see their baby, and some parents goes for feel baby blues basically. So sort out all your queries and giving you proper guidance on your thoughts, we have panel of doctors with us from senior consultant pediatric neonatology to senior consultant gynecology to make you relieved and giving you breather to your thought. I welcome all my panel of doctors for an interactive session on support breastfeeding for healthier planet part 1. I welcome our senior consultant HOD of pediatric and neonatology, Dr. Syed Mustafa Hassan. I welcome our senior consultant obstetric gynecology, Dr. Madhulika Sinha. I welcome our senior consultant pediatric and neonatology, Dr. Meena J, and our lactation expert, Dr. Pallavi Verma. So first, I would like to ask Dr. Hassan, what are the benefits of breastfeeding and breast milk for a newborn? What are the benefits of breast milk? If you can help us with this.
I would actually broaden the question, breastfeeding rather than breast milk only. Actually, breastfeeding advantages are for both, for mother as well as the baby. So, I would, as being a pediatrician, I would don't concentrate on the advantages to the baby. The breastfeeding, first of all, is a mean of bonding between mother and the baby. When the mother feeds, there is a emotional bond between the two. Even mother feels relaxed, and a lot of her psychological tension is eased off. Then, when the baby is sucking at the breast, this stimulates the mother's milk production more and more. Mother's milk, first of all, for the baby is the best because its constitution is specific for the human consumption, while cow's milk or powdered milk is not exactly what we need. So we give it out of compulsion rather than out of choice. Mother's milk is not only a nutrition for the baby, it gives so many antibodies and other protective factors to the baby. There is something called lactoferrin and all, which protect the child from the infections. Because once the baby is out of mother's tummy, he has to stand on his own immunity. The mother's uh, part of protection is gone. So sometimes some of the antibodies have already come through placenta to the baby, but some of them are given to the baby through the breast milk. So when the baby is taking breast milk, the mother is being challenged with viral infections and other infections, and those antibodies are being constantly produced in mother's body and transferred to the baby through the baby breast milk. So the baby is being protected. So it is good nutrition and exact ideal nutrition for the baby, then the protection from the infections, and then emotional attachment. And then the babies who breastfed, they are less likely to develop diabetes and asthma and allergy disorders. And they are emotionally more stable. The psychological problems, the road rage, and those things in adulthood are seen in those babies who are top fed from the beginning. I think that is
Thank
enough
you.
about
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Dr. Matulika, I would like to ask that how to prepare one's body for breast milk during antenatal. क्योंकि एक 9 months में एक mother होती है, तो how what all guidance do you want to give on how to prepare her breast during the antenatal period so that it will be helpful after delivery.
Yes, apart from the bodily and many physiological changes which occur during pregnancy, the most neglected part I feel is the breast care in the antenatal period. So I think a lady should try to understand her physiology and also proper care of she can talk to her gynecologist also because the breast keep on increasing in size during pregnancy. So the first thing they need to care about it to wear a proper fitting bra, and there should not be any underwire in those because they try to block the milk ducts and that may cause soreness in the breast. And many times they see that there is a whitish pale discharge from the breast, which is very worrisome to them because they think that the breast milk secretion should be only after delivery. But in the antenatal period, this causes a lot of concern. So that should not be a point of worry at all. And they just have to clean that and apply proper moisturizer or a plain coconut oil, which is freely available at home, to moisturize their nipples and to, in a way, desensitize them also, because the nipple also they start hurting as the breast grows. The next point is that they should do proper massage of her breast in the antenatal period also, because that also causes the declogging of the blocked milk ducts if there are any. So these are the things that has to be taken care about in the antenatal period.
Ma'am, during antenatal, we also recommend not to stimulate the nipples, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
हाँ नहीं नहीं after 36 weeks if they try to because many times they feel that if there is an inverted nipple or a flat nipple, people try to bring it out or stimulate the nipple, but stimulation of nipple at this time may cause induction of labor. That is very safe if that is done after 37 weeks of pregnancy. That is very safe, but before 37 weeks of pregnancy ideally this should be avoided because that causes preterm contractions of the uterus.
Oh,
But a massage of the breast will not cause any preterm contractions. That is very safe to do.
and the liquid which you were talking about, the discharge, it's I've noticed that many of our patients complained in their 24 to 25 weeks as well. So is it safe, right?
Yeah, yeah. Many people, they see the milk secretion starts very early. As the lady gets pregnant and the breast starts growing, many people, they notice breast milk secretion even at 16, 17 weeks. But this is not a point of worry, and they should only be told not to stimulate that, not to express that milk, and only be cleaned. If at all there is a lot of leaking, they may use breast cups that can lead to breast pads can be used, which are throwaway pads or single-use breast pads, or they can use a cloth which is a good absorbent, and that can lead to that can be taken care of.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Meena, I would like to ask that at this time of pandemic, because our patients are a little anxious and stressed, and they are creating shift from the breastfeeding to other alternative methods. So what are the side effects for that? Because इतने stressed है mothers इस time पे कि इस time पे baby born हुए हैं, मतलब they are not able to react कि baby को breastfeed कराएं या ना कराएं या कुछ alternate use करें for that. So kindly help us on this.
Yes, Shika. A lot of mothers, first of all, you should understand, even during pandemic, breastfeeding is the best for mother. And this stress about feeding and the use of alternative milk substitutes will always be there. But the tension, the first thing I would like to tell them is please be connected with your gynecologist during the antenatal period itself, because the breastfeeding, it should be motivated, and it should come as a natural thing to a mother. And there is nothing to worry about the COVID-19 pandemic, though there are worrisome reports about breastfeeding and separation of the mother from the baby. All these things should stop, because breastfeeding is not found to be transmitting COVID-19 or any other infection. And if you take the risk and the benefits of breastfeeding versus the infection, the benefits of breastfeeding is far more than compared to the risk of getting infected with COVID-19. And after you have finalized, fine, you have to breastfeed the baby, there is nothing, with few precautions, you can always start breastfeeding as soon as possible, as early as 30 minutes, and sometimes immediately after delivery. Because the side effects or the adverse effects secondary to formula feeding or other breast milk substitutes are very much, and it can lead to a lot of problems immediately, as well as long term side effects of breast milk substitute. So new mothers need not worry about the pandemic. It has got nothing to do with the nothing should stop you from breastfeeding the baby. That's what
I would request all my guests to kindly switch off their video as well as their microphones. I would request you to kindly switch off your microphone as well as your video. And if anybody has queries regarding the session, they can definitely put their queries on the chat box. We are happy to take their questions. Dr. Pallavi, I would like to ask, एक मेरे patient, मतलब हमारे यहाँ patients, there are so many patients, they have queries. So एक patient थे known, उन्होंने ये पूछा कि should she feed from both the sides of the breast at one time? मतलब एक ही बारी में दोनों breast से she should feed, or she should just switch to other breast, मतलब one at a time. So what do you suggest on this?
Yeah. थैंक यू शिखा फॉर द क्वेश्चन। और ये बहुत कॉमन क्वेरी होती है मदर्स की, इवन फीमेल्स एट होम दे आल्सो से कि दोनों तरफ से पिलाना है। व्हाई? बिकॉज एक तरफ से जब मदर फीड कराती है द अदर ब्रेस्ट स्टार्ट्स लीकिंग, ठीक है, and that is a normal hormonal process what happens, because the hormones don't know that the breast milk has to be ejected from one side and the one and only from the maybe from the left side the baby is attached. The hormones act equally on both the sides. So one thing that can be guided to the mothers is कि जिस तरफ आपका baby attached है, on the other side she can use breast pads to avoid the wetting of her clothes and all. And other thing can be we divide the milk into two parts, fore milk and hind milk. Fore milk is जो starting के 5 से 7 मिनट आपका जो milk आ रहा होता है, that seems more watery, लगेगा जैसे पानी पानी निकल रहा है. So that is more watery and we call it fore milk. 5-7 मिनट के बाद जो फीड आ रहा होता है, that is more thicker, rich in fat and more fatty and ज्यादा गाढ़ा लगेगा आपको, कंसिस्टेंसी में भी आपको वो थिक लगेगा. So that we call it as hind milk. अगर मदर 10 मिनट्स एक ब्रेस्ट से और 10 मिनट्स दूसरी ब्रेस्ट से फीड करवाती है, then the baby is only getting the fore milk from both the sides. आगे का पानी वाला दूध पी रहा है बच्चा ज्यादा. एंड डेफिनेटली फिर वो बाद में आपके वेट गेन वगैरह में हैम्पर होता है. बेबी आपको लगेगा कि बेबी का पेट नहीं भर रहा है अप्रोप्रिएटली, बेबी इज ऑलवेज हंग्री. ऑब्वियसली आप भी सिर्फ पानी पियोगे तो आपको जल्दी जल्दी भूख लगेगी, राइट? सो द मेन थिंग इज दैट एवरी टाइम द मदर इज फीडिंग शी हैज टू कंप्लीटली फीड फ्रॉम वन साइड अराउंड 20 minutes to half an hour तक हम एक पैटर्न लेके चलते हैं फीडिंग का. ऑलमोस्ट इतने टाइम में बेबीज फुल हो जाते हैं. Even if the baby is demanding after that, then after 20 minutes to half an hour, the mother can shift on to the other side just to satisfy the baby. That's it. So that will be my answer.
Okay. So, Dr. Hassan, I would like to ask that if it's a big question, every female asks that if I am producing enough milk, ये बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है जिससे हम रोज ही डील करते हैं.
ये क्वेश्चन बहुत बड़ा है और बहुत कॉमन है, लेकिन इसका आंसर बहुत छोटा है. आंसर ये है कि 99% yes, all females they produce enough milk for their babies, even if the breast size is small, even if their nipples are not adequately grown, the baby gets enough milk. Only thing is the technique of breastfeeding should be known by the mother. That's why we have breastfeeding consultant. Breastfeeding is not very natural, although it is natural, but the technique one has to learn. And the technique of attaching the baby, how the baby has to feed. Once the mother and the baby both are comfortable, then breastfeeding goes on, and the amount that a mother produces is actually much more than what the baby needs. It's only the technique which is wrong, that the baby looks not to be satisfied. So if the technique has been corrected, the baby is always satisfied, and he will gain good weight between 20 to 30 gram in a day, and baby will wet his nappies about 7-8 times in a day, and that is the measure of adequacy of milk. So this notion that milk is not adequate is only psychological. So that mother has to come over it.
Okay, so we can identify by the wet nappies of the baby.
Yes, wet nappies and growing weight gain.
Yes. Yeah. So, Dr. Pallavi, can you help us with the techniques for the breastfeeding so that our patients, जो भी हमारी antenatal mothers हैं और जो postnatal mothers हैं, it will help them to basically
sure
for the best techniques.
Sure. Feeding. So the important part here is that every time you are trying to attach your baby onto the breast, there are 3-4 points that should be kept in mind. बहुत जरूरी है ये points. Number 1, mother की positioning. Mother ki positioning means she should not be just reclined back or sitting without support. She should always have a good back support whenever she is feeding, even if the baby is crying. लेकिन आपको पहले अपनी position cater करनी है. अगर आपकी positioning ठीक नहीं है, then you won't be able to attach the baby well, and then it is going to be a inappropriate breastfeeding for the baby at that time. Secondly, mother position के साथ साथ baby position पे आते हैं. In the baby position, you need to use ample amount of pillows. Whenever you're using pillows, so baby आपकी पूरी chest height तक आप raise कर पाते हो. अगर आप chest height तक baby raise नहीं करते हो and you're not using pillows, then every time you're just holding the baby like this or maybe leaning over to the baby, right? So mothers को आपने काफी बार देखा होगा, या तो बच्चे के ऊपर पूरा झुक रहे होते हो या बच्चा बार बार ऊपर उठाना पड़ता है, and that may lead to their neck pains, back pains. थोड़े दिन बाद मदर्स आके कंप्लेंट्स करती हैं कि मेरे बहुत बैक पेन हो रहा है या बहुत नेक पेन हो रहा है. द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट इज पुअर पोस्चर एंड पुअर पोजिशनिंग. If you're not controlling this posture and positioning during feeding time, so what happens is आपके breast में pain शुरू हो जाता है, आगे के nipples में pain शुरू हो जाता है, baby आपको लगेगा dehydrated है because the baby is not passing urine. Why? क्योंकि baby सिर्फ आगे nipples पे latch कर रहा है, baby proper breast suckling नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. So that happens every time. So proper positioning is important. Then coming on to the baby's position, आप एक पिलो अटैच करेंगे अपनी आप अपने लैप पे पिलो रख सकते हैं. यू कैन यूज नॉर्मल पिलोज और यू कैन यूज दीज काइंड ऑफ फीडिंग पिलोज आल्सो, एंड दे आर वेरी हेल्पफुल, बहुत सपोर्टिव होते हैं मदर्स के लिए. आई होप यू आर एबल टू सी द पिलो एंड you're not able to see. Okay, just one second. Is it better now?
Not as
just one second.
Yeah, I think it is now.
Yeah. It is better now.
Patients can ask their queries on the chat box if they face any issues.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell three quick positions, और baby की position पे मैं focus करना चाहूंगी. Whenever you are feeding your baby, आप baby को एक pillow के ऊपर supported रखेंगे so that the pillow height is raised up till your chest level, right? Then after that आप अपने baby को place करते हैं pillow के ऊपर and turn the baby towards you. बहुत बार मैंने मदर्स को देखा है कि बेबी फ्लैट लेटा हुआ होता है एंड ओनली द हेड इज टर्न टुवर्ड्स वन साइड. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, बेबी को स्वॉलोइंग में डिफिकल्टी होती है, बेबी सिर्फ आगे निपल्स पे लैच करता है इस प्रॉब्लम की वजह से, एंड दे एंड अप इनटू सोर एंड क्रैक निपल्स एंड inadequate feeding for the baby. So turn the baby towards one side, you're completely towards to your side. That should be tummy to tummy matching, right? So one hand of the baby can go under your breast and one hand can come over it. So the baby is holding the breast like this and then feeding. You'll see most of the time. Now, another important part is that you are completely keeping the baby very close to you. Okay. Now hold the baby's bumpies in your elbow. Now, first thing I'm telling you this at this time is the cross cradle hold. So hold the baby close to you and hold the bumpy in your elbow and hold the neck in cup shape. Everybody can make a cup shape like this. Cup shape is not like a V, cup shape is like this, and you hold the neck. You can firmly hold the neck. बहुत ज़्यादा दबाना नहीं है, बीचना नहीं है, या बहुत ज़्यादा loose hold नहीं करना है. It should be a good firm grip. And then you can bring the baby close to you and attach the baby, right? Secondly, I'm going to talk about the cradle hold, जो कि आप regular, आप traditional hold की तरह आप देखते हो. Mostly mothers उसी तरीके से feed कराती हैं, especially second time mothers. And you just turn the baby again. Step वही रहेंगे, turn करिए baby को. अब आपकी elbow के अंदर आपके baby का head supported है and आपके baby की bumpies आपके hand पे supported होती हैं. ठीक है? So these two are the most common positions that we use. Now coming on to the attachment, right attachment बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है बच्चे के लिए और आपके लिए भी. Now how we calculate the attachment, कि सही attachment कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं. Number one part, the baby's mouth should be wide open. सिर्फ छोटा सा मुंह खोल के आगे आगे निपल पे च्यू नहीं करेगा बच्चा. आपको बेबी को एंकरेज करना है, थोड़ा सा अवेक करना है और एक्टिव करना है ताकि वो बिग माउथ ओपन करें. And maximum part of the areola, जो outer brown portion है, that should be inside the mouth and not just latching over the nipple area. क्योंकि वो आपको पेन क्रिएट कर सकता है, सोरनेस क्रिएट कर सकता है. ठीक है? एंड यू कैन सी पीलिंग ऑफ द स्किन ओवर टू द निपल एंड वो मैनेज करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. सेकेंडली, द बेबीज लिप्स शुड बी रोल्ड आउट. ऐसे नहीं, लोअर लिप जनरली जब बेबी सकिंग करते हैं तो वो अंदर की तरफ roll in कर लेते हैं. तो both the lips should be rolled out and baby should be opening the wide mouth. Wide mouth should be opened by the baby, right? Then next thing can be and you cannot the most of the areola part should be inside the baby's mouth and not just over the nipple. तो आप maximum areola आप देखोगे mouth के अंदर ही लगेगा. ठीक है? So I think these can be various positions and correct way of attachment for the baby. I think that might help. But if still you are feeling the pain, you are feeling the anxiety, and you are feeling that ये correct नहीं आ रहा है या मैं position maintain नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, then always the mothers can contact their lactation consultant. The pediatrician will be really helpful for them in that case. Thank you. Mute. You are mute, Shika.
One of our patients just have asked this question. Dr. Meena, I would like to ask you that if C-section delays the production of milk, and how baby can breastfeed at that time? क्योंकि इतने stitches आए होते हैं, mothers are not comfortable, and ये एक notion भी है कि अभी cesarean हुआ है तो अभी दूध नहीं बन रहा होगा. So is it a myth?
No, it is completely wrong, ma'am. As Dr. Madhulika has rightly put it, the breast milk production start much earlier. It is not around the time of delivery. It start much early as 16 to 18 weeks. So the breast milk production has already started in your body. So the mode of delivery, either it is vaginal delivery or C-section, will not delay the production of breast milk. In fact, we in our OT also, we start breastfeeding as soon as the baby is delivered, as soon as the cord is clamped, because that sort of stimulates breast milk production, and also baby will start attaching to the breast as soon as the baby is born. See, the breast milk production and breastfeeding is a natural phenomenon. No, I mean, you don't have to teach the baby how to breastfeed. It has come naturally to the baby. So might require most of the mothers, especially the first time mothers, might require some help, but it is a natural process. So the mode of delivery, either cesarean or vaginal delivery or a vacuum delivery, will not prolong. But yes, because of tension, because of maternal factors like mother को कुछ stitches में pain हो रहा है या mother को कुछ problem हो रही है, that can delay in attaching and that can delay in production because of stress. Because see, milk production is related to your mental status. कैसे रहता है, if she is stressed out, if she is not feeling well, if she has got pain, if she is emotionally depressed due to a lot of reasons, that can hamper breast milk production for the time being. However, as soon as these factors are withdrawn or they are tackled, breast milk production will come back to its normal state. And जितना mother baby को चाहिए, for example day 1 पे baby का requirement कितना है, उतना day 1 पे production हो जाएगा. day 7 पे कितना चाहिए breast milk production, उतना automatically बढ़ जाएगा. तो delivery का mode क्या है, उस पे नहीं जाए. Day 1, yeah, as soon as the baby is born, baby is ready to breastfeed and you are ready to breastfeed. So don't go by the mode of delivery.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Dr. Madhulika.
Very correct. Maybe it may seem to be a bit challenging because of the pain, but it is not कि C-section के बाद you cannot breastfeed your baby. Ultimately, when the baby comes from the NICU, once the baby mother is also settled in her room, the baby can latch as soon as the baby comes to the mother, and the breastfeeding process can start. So it may be a bit challenging because of the pain. That's all. Otherwise, there is no problem.
And also, I would like to stress, because in that position, mothers require a lot of support. It's important that the supporting system is there. Either it could be the nursing staff, or it could be the the lady attendants who are there always. It also depends on how the lady attendant is there with the mother. If she is good, breastfeeding will be a success from day 1 itself.
I was coming to this question as well, Dr. Madhulika. How important of role of a family member in this? मतलब कैसे वो सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि देखिए कुछ हमारे मदर इन लॉज होते हैं कि फीड ही नहीं आ रहा है, इसको तो फीड ही नहीं आ रहा है, कैसे करेंगे, एंड माय मदर गेट्स डिप्रेस्ड एट this moment. So how they can support?
See, there is a very important role of the family member, and an elderly lady who has had an experience of breastfeeding their babies can be the best support to the new mother. And there is a very important thing, that there is a help and a hinder reflex in the of oxytocin release. Like if you look at the sight of the baby, the sound of the baby, the lovingness which comes from inside, these all stimulate oxytocin reflex. And at the same time, doubt, worry, stress, they hinder the oxytocin reflex. So we have to clear all the doubts, we have to clear all the anxiety, and that is the part where that is the role which the family member has to play. कि जब baby सोए तो आप भी सो जाओ. This is not an old midwife's tale. This is very important. You have to have a proper skin to skin contact with the baby so that your hormones are there in place. And many times we see that the elderly people, they say there is a very important myth: after delivery, don't take water because your tummy will grow. So this is a very important, very common myth, and we have to remove this, because unless until the mother is very well hydrated, she will not produce enough breast milk, because breast milk is 80% water. So the mother has to have adequate hydration, adequate water intake also. So this is the point where I want to stress a lot, because this is a very common myth, and I've been hearing this for last 20-25 years. Since I had started taking deliveries, and I've been listening to this, but this myth is not going away. So this is a very important thing which we need to take care, and we have to praise the mother. We have to encourage the mother that, okay, you are producing enough milk and the baby is satisfied sleeping near you, so you are producing enough milk. You have to praise her. With these encouragement, the mother will start producing milk and the mother will be relaxed. Once she is relaxed, this is the here your mission is accomplished, because you just have to relax the mother. You have to share with her household chores. You have to room in the baby and the mother, so that the mother is there only with the baby, and she has to take care only of the baby. She has to care of nothing else whatsoever is happening inside the house. So this is the main thing which you need to take care once the baby is born. And a new mother is the most anxious mother. She has to deal with all her pains in the stitches, be it the episiotomy pain of a normal delivery or a cesarean section pain. Then the breast also starts hurting because she is a new mother. She doesn't know how to breastfeed. She doesn't know when the baby is latching properly. So here the job of the lactation consultant also comes into play. She already has a lot of anxiety, so you need not put in more anxiety that you're not producing enough breast milk. You have to be very calm and you have to be very encouraging. That's all.
सर डॉक्टर हसन, आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क दैट, क्योंकि बहुत बड़े बुजुर्ग बोलते हैं कि माँ का दूध तो अच्छा है, बट यस यू कैन इंक्लूड एनिमल मिल्क एज वेल, कि गाय का दूध देना शुरू करो सेकेंड मंथ से, थर्ड मंथ से, बच्चे की सेहत बढ़ेगी. सो इज इट अ मिथ और अ फैक्ट?
Yes, it is a very dangerous myth, because actually many factors are there. पहले तो जब आप ऊपर का दूध उसको सप्लीमेंट करने लगते हो तो मदर्स फीड कम होने लगता है, बिकॉज मदर्स फीड बढ़ेगा ही जब जब बच्चा अच्छी तरह से सेटिस्फैक्टरीली ब्रेस्ट फीड करेगा. जितना बच्चा फीड करता है, जितनी डिमांड होती है उतना ही प्रोडक्शन बढ़ता जाता है. अब अगर आप ऊपर का टॉप मिल्क उसको दोगे तो बच्चा थोड़ा सा पार्टली सेटिस्फाइड हो जाएगा, वो ठीक से ब्रेस्ट पे सकल नहीं करेगा. फिर दूसरा कंफ्यूजन ये भी होता है कि बच्चे को आप किस तरह फीड कर रहे हैं. अगर आप बॉटल से फीड कर रहे हैं तो फिर निपल कंफ्यूजन होने लगता है. फिर बच्चा उस बॉटल को आसानी से प्रेफर करता है क्योंकि उसमें ज्यादा उसको अपना एफर्ट नहीं करनी पड़ती. ब्रेस्ट मिल्क में ही हैज टू पुट इन सम एफर्ट, तो छोड़ने लगता है बच्चा उसको. फिर एक बहुत बड़ा इशू ये है कि जब आप ऊपर का मिल्क देते हैं तो उसमें हाइजीन की प्रॉब्लम्स, इन्फेक्शन की प्रॉब्लम. फिर और प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जब आप ऊपर का दूध देते हैं तो जो बच्चा जो 3 महीने से नीचे अगर टॉप मिल्क लेने लगता है तो उसकी इम्यूनिटी पर बहुत फर्क पड़ जाता है. हमारी जो इंटेस्टाइन्स हैं वो बिलो 3 months दे डू नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज फॉरेन प्रोटीन्स. तो दीज बेबीज हु आर टॉप फेड फ्रॉम द अर्ली infancy, they go into most allergic problems like development of asthma, eczema, and sometimes they get autoimmune problems. And even it has been seen that children, babies who have been given cow's milk early, they are known to develop diabetes, childhood diabetes early, yeah, in a significant percentage. So जहाँ तक हो सके सिर्फ ब्रेस्ट फीड, एक्सक्लूसिव ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग ही करनी चाहिए, कोई सप्लीमेंट्स नहीं.
ओके
और कोई रीजन नहीं कि मदर फीड बच्चे को सेटिस्फाइड ना करे. कोई भी मदर, इवन जिसकी अपरेंटली जो लगता है जैसे उसकी ब्रेस्ट शायद प्रॉपर्ली डेवलप नहीं है, और कोई ऐसा रीजन नहीं होता. इवन स्मॉलर ब्रेस्ट दे प्रोड्यूस इनफ मिल्क फॉर द बेबी.
Okay, Dr. Meena, I would like to ask, because today, in today's world, mostly mothers are working, and अभी तो चलो ठीक है 6 months की हमें maternal leave मिलती है, but it's a like breastfeeding is a challenging task during this time, कि 6 महीने बाद अब मदर को ज्वाइन करना है तो वो दे ट्राई कि उसको बॉटल फीड स्टार्ट कर दें या टॉप फीड स्टार्ट कर दें, सो दैट वो चैलेंज ना बने एक मदर के लिए.
True. Because working mother and breastfeeding, who is breastfeeding, is a new challenge. Because this problem was never there probably few years back, because most of the mothers used to work at home and she could breastfeed as long as she wanted. But with the new system of working mothers, this is a very important issue, because breastfeeding of a working mother takes effort from everyone. It could be from the individual who is looking after the baby, from the family members, and also need a lot of support from the workplace. What do I mean by workplace support? That means there are few places where they have crashes in the in the at workplace, which is a very important thing, which can be very useful for the mother, because in between her work she can go and feed, or there could be an option of breast milk expression. She can use express breast milk that can be used for the baby. And it is also important to have certain rules. For example, not everyone has got maternity leave of 6 months. Not all are privileged to have maternity leave of 6 months. That is again an important thing for the growing kid, because 6 months exclusive breastfeeding has got a lot of consequences in the future, because it is found to improve the intelligence of the baby. It is found to decrease the mortality, morbidity, and everything. So every chance should be given for the breastfeeding mother to have exclusive breastfeeding, to breastfeed her baby for the first 6 months, and all the effort should be at workplace as well. They can accommodate a crash at the workplace so that the breastfeeding can be done. Have certain rules so that mother can have a working hours which can be practical for both mother and baby, and some options like working from home that can be done. And third thing is having breast milk expression, and mothers should be for this motivation of the mother is very important, because they can have their schedule according to the mother baby's requirement. They can express their breast milk and keep it, because we know express breast milk can be used for 24 hours if it is refrigerated, and at room temperature can be used for 4 to 6 hours. So that can be used especially for the first 6 months. However, after 6 months, when the baby will be started on complementary feeding, then till even that period breast milk is important, because breast milk is beneficial even up to 2 years of age. If you can breastfeed the baby, that decreases a lot of problem for the baby and also for the mother.
Dr. Madhulika, I would like to ask, हमारे एक पेशेंट हैं जो पूछ रहे हैं कि how important is the breastfeeding for mothers? वो mothers के लिए कैसे important है? Like it's important for the baby, but how it is important for the mothers? You are muted, ma'am. You are muted. Ma'am, you are muted.
Yes, there are many health benefits of breastfeeding to the mothers as well. Like after delivery, if the breast feeding is initiated, it leads to proper involution of the uterus also. It decreases uterine bleeding, controls uterine bleeding, and it causes normal involution of the uterus. It also leads to shedding of her fat. So it is a very common thing. Very after delivery, people say that I want to lose my excess fat which I have gained during pregnancy. So this is a very important time which you have with you. Like you exclusively breastfeed and you will shed off that extra fat naturally. And the long-term benefits are that it decreases the risk of ovarian cancer and breast cancer. So there are very enough scientific evidence that it decreases the risk of ovarian cancer because it decreases, it stops ovulation. While you exclusively breastfeed, your ovulation stops. So that diminishes your chances of ovarian cancer, and it also diminishes the chances of breast cancer later on.
Oh, that's a good news for all our pretty mommies. If they want to lose weight, they should breastfeed. So, Dr. Pallavi, can you help us with what are the benefits of the postures to be maintained during breastfeeding?
Yeah, okay. What are the benefits of the postures? So, as I told earlier, that if the mother is taking a wrong posture, if the mother is bending over to the baby, if the mother is lifting the baby at every time of feeding, so it will be very, the mother will certainly start having neck pains, back pains, and उनकी पूरा वो बोलते हैं कि मेरे arms में पूरा pain रहता है, मेरे पूरे wrist में pain आना शुरू हो गया. So breastfeeding should not be a cumbersome task for you, right? It should be a happy feeling. It should be a and आपके लिए एक experience होना चाहिए, एक healthy, happy experience होना चाहिए breastfeeding का, and not just struggling in your feeding part. तो ताकि आप बाकी mothers को भी motivate कर पाओ later on कि मेरी breastfeeding बहुत अच्छी थी. And you can always support other mothers whom you interact with, who have just delivered, or maybe recently delivered mothers. So you can always guide them, you can always help them whenever you see your mother feeding, या फिर आप उनके family members को समझा सकते हो कि आपको इस तरीके से भी support करना है. Whenever you are, like you asked the question, how the family members can support. So this can also be one of the things to support your feeding mother, that whenever she is feeding, observe her posture. Sometimes mothers are so restless and so into the baby's feeding part कि ये ढंग से पी ले, अच्छे से पी ले, कोई बात नहीं, मेरी कमर जाती है, कोई बात नहीं. बट ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. आप अगर अच्छा पोस्चर मेंटेन करोगे, आप अपनी सेहत का ध्यान रखोगे, then definitely you'll be able to feed much better, right? And you should do some exercises to strengthen your back as well, right? If you are healthy and happy, then only you will be able to keep your baby healthy and happy. If you are stressed out, then the hormones which you are creating while breastfeeding, along with the breastfeeding, these stress hormones are also going getting passed to with your breast milk towards the baby. So हमें anxiety नहीं देनी है बच्चे को, हमें happy feeding करानी है.
Dr. Madhulika, a patient has asked कि omega-3 capsules can help them in pregnancy, as in, actually the patient asked this question last time, but we couldn't take this question, so I promised her to take this question this time. So omega-3 capsules, can they help in breastfeeding, or can they help in the pregnancy during antenatal time if they take? Ma'am, you're muted. Yes.
Omega-3 fatty acids are very helpful in the antenatal period. It causes a good, leads to increased brain development of the baby. And while you are lactating, you can also take omega-3 fatty acids, because the continued brain growth is there in this period, in the neonatal period also. And omega-3 fatty acids are very good. You can take. They are present. You can take the capsules, or it is present in walnuts. It is present in flax seeds, which you can very well take.
Okay. Also, Dr. Meena, I would like to ask, और ये भी बहुत बड़ा question है और बहुत common question है, that if the babies can be given a घुट्टी or honey, क्योंकि at the time of birth एक कुछ सबके rituals होते हैं, वो honey को थोड़ा सा वो बच्चों को पिलाते हैं. So is it a fact or a myth कि बच्चों को घुट्टी दे सकते हैं अगर पेट में दर्द हो, या honey पिला सकते हैं? Can you?
नहीं, ये this is also a very dangerous myth, because बच्चों को first 6 months के लिए breast milk को छोड़ के और कुछ भी नहीं देना है, other than few essential medicine. Exclusive breastfeeding का मतलब ही ये होता है कि breastfeeding for the first 6 months, even without water. Water is also not required, because breast milk as such is a wholesome meal for the baby. It provides hydration, it provides nutrients, it provides all essential vitamins and all minerals. So it is not required. Gutti or honey or any other alternatives, in fact, can cause harmful effects to your baby in the form of honey is not digested. Human body जो होते हैं first year में, they don't produce the enzyme required for the digestion of honey. In fact, it can cause serious diseases like botulism, which is a very dangerous thing to happen to your newborn baby. It can cause nerve damage, it can cause some nervous system side effects as well. So gutti or honey or any other substitutes is not required, and it is strongly not recommended.
Okay, ma'am, एक question आया है patient से, is breast pump safe to support feeding so that we may take out milk and can feed them later?
Definitely. If the mother is not able to directly breastfeed the baby for various reasons, it could be a cracked nipple which is too painful, mother is not able to breastfeed for the time being, until you have time to for the cracked nipples to heal, you can use express breast milk, and breast pumps are definitely useful. And it can also be used, we also use express breast milk in certain conditions like premature babies who they are not able to suckle well at breast, and a few babies who are admitted in nursery who is not able to directly breastfeed. In that, breast milk has a definitive role, because instead of the breast milk substitute or the formula feed, you're using the breast milk, you're indirectly using the breast milk without the baby being getting affected. So express breast milk is very best substitute. In the order of preference, we always say best is breast milk, second would be the expressed breast milk, either through katori chammach, or in some instances you may be able to give it to a bottle which is well sterilized with proper hygiene. And third would be a infant formula when we are not able to feed the baby for some contraindication where we are not able to use breast milk. This is the order in which we have to give feeding to the baby, and definitely no cow's milk or buffalo milk or any other animal milk.
Dr. Hassan, I would like to ask that how important is to breastfeed baby at night? कितना significant लगता है दिन और रात का फर्क?
मोस्टली बेबीज का जो फीडिंग है वो डे टाइम में ही होता है, नाइट टाइम में थोड़ा कम होता है। कुछ बेबीज जो विंडी होते हैं वो रात में बार बार उठते हैं, और हर बार जब बच्चा रात में उठता है उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो हंग्री है, और कई बार ऐसा होता है कि गैस की वजह से थोड़ा डिस्कम्फर्ट होता है तो उसकी वजह से बच्चा उठ जाता है। बट बच्चा अगर हंग्री नहीं है, वो 1-2 बार सक करके मुंह हटा लेता है, इसका मतलब बच्चा हंग्री नहीं है। So at that time, it is better to avoid feeding rather than he needs little bit of soothing medicine. Like, for gas, we give colic aid or Medigas, things like that. और टर्म बेबी जो 3 किलो से ऊपर का बच्चा है, उसको कभी भी जगह जगह कर फीड नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब वो अगर सोता है, सोने में जब ही सोता है when he is satisfied, otherwise he will not go to sleep. And if he is well satisfied, he is sleeping, he is in deep in sleep, you wake him up, he will never feed, he will suckle 2-3 times and then again turn off and go off to sleep. That is very frustrating for the mother also, and it disturbs her sleep, so it should not be advised. This the baby should be let to sleep as long as he is sleeping, provided he is mature baby, 3 kilos. This type of feeding, that baby has to be waken up and fed up with he is given breast milk, is only for babies who are born small, less than 2 kilos weight, when they don't have proper hunger reflex. Otherwise, in a term baby, good weight baby, they should be discouraged. The mother should be discouraged from waking them up and feeding.
Okay. Dr. Madhulika, I think you can see the question in the chat box that omega-3 should be taken twice or once daily.
It's not necessary to take capsules only. You can take it as your foods. There are omega-3 fatty acids are present in many food also. I told walnuts and flax seeds. वो तीसी जो होता है, तीसी का उसमें होता है. तो you can take it once a day. It's not necessary you have to take twice daily. Once a day is sufficient.
Okay. Also, if Dr. Hassan can help me out in this, that females in my home, like what they say is that baby should not feed for first to second day of the birth, after the birth, first or second day of the birth, should not feed.
No, this is a big myth, because mothers think that the milk that comes in the first 2 days is probably difficult to digest. No, it is not a fact. And actually, the milk that mother produces in first few days is very rich in protein and antibodies, which is very good for the baby's health. And also it primes his intestines with a lot of antibodies. So the milk, breast milk in the first 2 days is essential for the baby.
Okay. So one of our patient has put up a question. In 38 weeks, also consider a full-term baby, where we need not wake up the baby up to feed?
Yeah, not at all. Provided his weight is good. Some babies are born small, like less than 2 kilos. Then probably you have to wake up. But otherwise, if his weight is okay, 3 kgs and above, it doesn't have to be woken up.
Dr. Pallavi, can you help us how to avoid sore nipples? Because our patients complained of sore nipples. How to avoid that?
So, okay, sore nipples, we have to check the root cause, why the sore nipples are being caused. The root cause of sore nipples is poor latching. Poor latching means the way how the baby is getting attached onto the breast, that is not appropriate, and the baby is just nibbling over the nipple area only, right? So you have to, every time whenever you're trying to attach, and from starting of the breastfeeding till the end of breastfeeding session, like in one session, the attachment or the latch of the baby should be absolutely correct, and not any time that the baby started off well with a good latch, but then वो नींद आने लगी और वो धीरे धीरे फिसल के वो आगे निपल पे निबल करना शुरू कर देते हैं. The root cause of soreness and cracked nipples is poor latching only. Every time the mother should be keeping in mind 3-4 points. Number one, the mouth should be wide open whenever the baby is getting latched. The baby's mouth should be wide open. तो active करना चाहिए बच्चे को थोड़ा. आप उसको फ्लैट सर्फेसेस जैसे कि बेड हो गया या सोफा, आप जहां भी फीड करा रहे हो वहां पर आप फ्लैट लिटा सकते हो बेबी को. यू कैन ट्राई टू टिकल द बेबी. आप लेग्स के नीचे थोड़ा स्क्रैच या टिकल कर सकते हो बिलो द feet and all, and you try to bring the baby over to your chest and then putting the baby back. So these are activities, try to make the baby active. So active होंगे तो mouth wide open अच्छे से कर पाएंगे, right? So number one is opening the mouth wide. Secondly, you have to see that the baby's lips are rolled out, well rolled out, and the baby's chin is touching the breast, the breast, right? So chin agar touch kar rahi hai breast ko, then the neck is, that means the neck is quite a little extended, and the baby is well latched onto the breast then, right? And third point will be that whenever you are attaching the baby, the maximum areola should be inside the mouth, or sirf nipple part na ho. There, in these manners, you can always, avoid soreness or cracking of the nipple, and use ample number of pillows while you are feeding. जब आप फीड कराते हो, अगर आप let's suppose मैं आपको अगर कॉटन पकड़ने को दूं हाथ में, तो you will feel it very light. बट अगर मैं कॉटन पकड़ने को दूं, बोलूं 1 घंटा पकड़ के रखिए आप इसको, then obviously you'll start, your hand will start hurting. So even if your babies weigh around 2 kgs or 3 kgs, initially you would feel it is okay to hold the baby just like that without using pillows. But when the mother has to do it for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it becomes really difficult for them to hold the babies. So these supporting factors are very important.
Dr.
And
Meena,
I would like to add that one of the important cause of sore nipple is also candidal infection, fungal infection of the
Yeah.
nipple.
Yes,
If the
yes.
baby has oral thrush, the mother also tends to have a candidal infection or vice versa. So we must always examine the nipple to see whether there is fungal infection or not, whether it looks very soggy or it is always wet. So this is also a very important cause of sore nipples. So that has to be dealt with properly.
sure. Dr. Meena, I would like to ask, one of our patient has put a question. My baby is 3 months now, but no proper hair growth on head. And how to remove excess hair on arm, face, and back?
Yes, first of all, there is no need to remove any excessive hair because your this is eventually the hair on your body or your face will eventually go off. So there is nothing needs to be done. And again, hair growth is hereditary. It is genetically determined. Few people have got hair on their hair pin, ear pin or over their forehead. That is normal and need not be removed. And coming to the case in which they are saying 3-month-old baby has less hair, that is normal because your first few months they can have some hair loss. Babies do have some hair loss, especially if you are not taking your vitamin D supplements well. It has been seen that vitamin D deficient kids have excessive hair loss, and also the mother should be on proper diet. It is important to take proper diet because the iron and calcium or most of the nutrients what the baby requires is going through mother milk. If the mother itself is deficient in iron, then the breast milk also tend to have less iron, less vitamin D, less of the other vitamins and minerals. So it's important to supplement the mother and take a proper balanced diet, and sometimes they might require extra calories as well. And consult your gynecologist if you are deficient in any of the vitamins or minerals. And babies को other than vitamin D, we do not supplement unless we find there is some deficiency. हमें लगता है कि weight gain अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है, or baby is deficient, baby is looking pale, then baby might require iron supplementation if there is excessive hair growth.
Dr. Madhulika, you must have noticed a question that I have inverted nipples in first pregnancy, and that caused a lot of stress in first few days. So expecting the same this time as well, how can this be tackled? So I think you have already answered for the antenatal mothers, but you can repeat it as well. Now as well.
Yes, but the nipple stimulation, I told it should not be done before 37 weeks of her pregnancy, because before 37 completed weeks. And after that, she can slowly, the nipple can be pulled off or with your fingers. You don't have to use any syringes right now, because it may be traumatic. And you can only hold with your fingers, and you can pull out and use some moisturizer so that it can stay like that. And it can be dealt more after you deliver your baby. After that, we can use some syringe pumps also, so that with the suction effect, we can take out the nipple. But you can start your pinching out the nipples from the breast right from after 37 weeks of pregnancy.
So
One thing I wanted to add in this.
Yes,
one thing I wanted to add in this, that actually the nipple size does not matter. The baby does not latch over the nipple. The baby latches over the areola part. So even if the mother is having inverted nipple or flat nipple, the way the baby is sucking over to the breast, right? So that creates a suction pressure, and automatically after a few days, the mother sees that the nipple is coming out. Right, so it is very important that the baby's suckling part is not, you should not forget the suckling part of the baby, and continuously the mother should keep on encouraging the baby to keep on suckling over to the breast, so that the nipples can come out automatically. And size of the nipples actually does not matter while we are breastfeeding.
Dr.
Yeah,
Hassan.
it is only the stress for the first few days when they have to start, because the baby doesn't know how to latch. So it is the important only for the first few days. But then you can use your nipple stimulation or techniques also after 37 weeks, so that it comes out on its own.
Dr. Hassan, I would like to ask, a baby navalis pop out when she cries. Sometimes it comes pop a lot. Please advise.
Sorry, I missed that question.
So navel is popping out, and when she cries, when baby cries, then it pops out.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this popping out of the navel stump is actually an indication of umbilical hernia. This is a hernia. This is a defect in the abdominal wall. And this mostly, if the internal ring, the opening of the hernial sac into the abdominal wall, if it is smaller and does not even let your little finger go in, it will close by itself by 8-9 months. When the baby starts crawling, it closes off. And if it is a big one, then probably it might need a small surgery after 1 year of age. But no bandaging or use of belts is recommended at all, because if you use any belt or put a coin and strap it, that can be dangerous, because the abdomen, through the hernial sac, the intestines, sometimes they bulge out and they can get compressed. The intestinal wall can get compressed between the coin and the abdominal wall, and it can cause damage in the intestinal wall, can be life-threatening. So no such thing should be done. When the baby cries, it pops a little, becomes a little bit bigger, and then it subsides. So it's a very normal thing, and the mother should not be worried about it.
Thank you for all wonderful guidance our patients get, and I'm sure they are more benefited out of it. So just last line, not the least, but nothing in life will ever make you as happy, sad, exhausted, and incredible proud as motherhood. It's different, it's beautiful. So stay tuned for other part of our session
Challenging.
coming Friday. Yes, sir.
Challenging as well.
Challenging as well, definitely. For a working mother to a house worker, it's a challenging and a beautiful part of our motherhood. And everybody should cherish this by giving them breast milk, which is very important for them as well as for the baby. So stay
And
tuned.
my
Yes,
advice is that the mother-in-law should help. I think she has a big role to play in the breastfeeding.
definitely, sir. So last question we have come up with is, should baby be exposed on video call till 6 months?
No, no, not at all.
क्योंकि
The
पैंडेमिक के
baby,
दौरान तो
This is
सारे
a very common question.
this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. But the baby should not be exposed to these flickering lights, TV,
Yeah.
and mobile. They are not good for their growing eyes.
And even sometimes the mothers are,
Yeah,
yeah,
not till 2 years
and
of age.
sometimes the mothers are keeping their phones beside the baby's head while they are sleeping, they are dozing off, and the phone is just lying beside the baby's head. So ideally you should keep your phone on silent and keep the phone aside by the side of your bed or desk, so that if your Wi-Fi is on, your mobile data is on, so that these signals are not good for the baby's growth and all. So it's better to avoid these things, definitely.
Very, very sure, because there are electromagnetic waves. There are
Yeah.
untold bad effects. We are
Yeah.
still not 100% aware what it can cause. So it is always better to keep the baby away from the phone and such waves.
The
Thank you
mothers
so
can
much.
take video conference, not the babies, definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And we'll be waiting for our next session to come up this coming Friday. I request all my patients to join us again. Stay tuned, stay connected. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone.